Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and this is our weekly TV news show. But most importantly, it is our final TV news show of the year, because it's our final episode. Because news goes quiet during Christmas. Also, we'll do our TV awards for the end of the year. We'll do our top 10 shows. We'll do our top 10... or maybe top 5 new shows, depending on the year, if there's been enough to do a top 10. We have concerns.
We'll look at that, yeah.
Yeah, we have concerns about this year actually having 10 to talk about for 10 new shows. And then we'll do top 10 episodes, and we'll do like TV awards. We've got some interesting plans for this to add to it this year that we'll tell you about at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But
all we're saying is, you might want to go check out Patreon.
We'll talk about that at the end, but we do have some news to talk about. It's a bit less than the last few weeks. It's definitely winding down a little bit for Christmas. And we, of course, pick our favourite episode of TV of the week at the end, which is going to be really easy this week. But, yeah, that's the show. That's what we're going to do. So we do have some stuff. We have some dates. We have some shows in development. We have cats that I'm fighting with.
Same old then.
Yep, usual thing. So... kicking off, some premiere dates. Carmen Sandiego, the animated series, the reboot by Netflix,
yes,
is coming January 18th.
Cool.
If you're so intrigued.
Yeah, I have no familiarity with the property, but I remember this being a big deal when it was announced. People were really excited. Yes,
people really cared about this. I had never heard of the character when they announced this.
Yeah, me either. I was right there with you.
Yeah. Knock on. That's some images from. I think the first official images came out this week, so you can see what the animation style looks like. And
cool. I saw the poster. I'm happy for people who are excited for this one.
Yeah, and then perhaps the sort of bigger, broader show is the Umbrella Academy, also from Netflix. It's got a premiere date of February 15th, and it came with a trailer. So we can talk about the trailer a little bit. And neither of us have read the comic, I believe.
Not yet. So it's in the wish list.
It's in the wish. But you don't like... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Deadly Class. That's Remender. This is Gerard
Way. Yes. Who I don't like as a songwriter, but from what I've seen of his comics work, I quite like him as a writer.
Yeah, I like this trailer, actually. I thought it had a nice style to it.
It was stylish, yeah.
Yeah. It's got I Think We're Alone Now playing throughout the whole thing. And it's the idea that there's these kids who were born kind of immaculately.
Yeah, it was like, what, 49, 47, something like that. You know, in a month in the late 80s.
89.
89, there we go. And it was like, and all these women gave birth, but none of them were pregnant that morning.
Yes. And this school is taking a bunch, 6 of them in, and it goes through like a roll call of the 6 of them. One of whom ends with Ellen Page. It's just kind of really quirky and weird, and they're kind of superheroes and have powers, but it's kind of got this oddball tone to it.
There's an ape wearing spectacles, and I say spectacles, not glasses, intentionally.
Yeah, and then just at the end, one of the characters very deadpan says, "The world's going to end in
8 days."
8 days, and then Ellen Page goes, "I'll put on a pot of coffee." And again, very deadpan, and then it just that's the title.
That's a Gerard Way thing. He has an obsession with coffee.
Well, as someone who hates coffee, I will not approve by that. Or approve by that, stand by that. I'm really tired. I've said at least 3 stupid things since we started this already. So
you have, yeah.
So, there'll be more weird phrases coming out of me that don't make sense. But that's okay. That's what we're here for.
It's par for the course. We might as well end the year as we started.
We're wrapping up Almost Cancelled TV news for the year. So also kind of a date, more of a window. We have Doctor Who's season 12 will be debuting sometime in spring 2020.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in the sense that it means we're not really getting any in 2019, right? I mean,
New Year's Day counts as 2019.
Technically, yes. And there is some speculation that they actually moved it to New Year's Day just so that, we're not skipping a year. Like, there's something in that year.
Well, if they do a Christmas special again the following year, technically the 2 in 2019.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I personally much prefer when it airs in the spring, because then by the time you get to the Christmas special, it's like, it's a nice little treat rather than, it just finished 2 weeks ago. Yes.
It was especially late this year, because we did just do the finale.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing when it starts in September and it ends sometime mid-November, but it ended in December this year.
Yeah.
We're really close to the special, so you know, that is what it is. But yeah, so that's coming in 2020. Next up, we did get a video from Stranger Things 3. Now, I didn't make you go watch this because you don't need to. It's just the titles.
I saw it and I was like, yeah, I don't need to watch this. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't need to. I can just tell you what the titles are. They did this for season 2 as well.
Does it matter?
I think they're fun.
I'll be honest. I personally find this kind of pointless as a thing. It's like, yeah, sure, they're episode titles. They mean nothing without context.
They're just teases.
Yeah, but they're not teases for anything. They don't make me go, "Ooh, what's this about?" Like, you know, personally, I don't understand the point of this.
I don't know what there is to explain. It's just a fun little tease, and you might, you know, go, "Oh, what does that mean?" I don't
know. I don't get this as a tease.
I get it. I like it.
Okay.
I liked it the first time they did it. I like it this time they did it. We're back to 8 episodes instead of 9. So this is the same length as season 1. The titles are as follows: Susie, Do You Copy? The Mallrats, The Case of the Missing Lifeguard, The Sauna Test, The Source, The Birthday, The Bite, and the finale's called The Battle of Starcourt. I'm liking the mall-themed ones in there. I'm liking the idea of the final fight happening in the mall.
Sure.
I like that a lot.
I was kind of expecting that anyway, based on, you know, you're going to introduce them all, and that'd be a bit. That was the first thing they released about the season. And
it just says at the end, in the summer of 1985, the adventure continues. So that's cool. It's funny, we're moving in real time with the show, actually, with the breaks. Just obviously it started in 1983.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be in the summer of 85, which will correspond to the summer of 2019. So, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to Stranger Things. Just there's some Star Wars things. Just quickly.
Come on, this isn't interesting.
Some casting for the Mandalorian. It's not that exciting.
Some we knew already, but just confirmed, and others are okay. This is new.
Yeah, we have some casting. We get Giancarlo Esposito, who of course is Gus from Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. Emily Swallow, who's apparently on Supernatural. Carl Weathers, who's in Predator. We also have Omid Abtahi, who's in American Gods. And most importantly, and by far the most impressive name on this list, is Werner Herzog. Yeah,
what the hell?
Werner Herzog.
Also, easily the whitest dude in the cast.
Oh, he's a very white dude.
Yeah, but I know that there's there's the internet dick bags are like, oh, it's diverse. It's like, so what?
Yeah,
what's the problem?
What's the complaint? I don't get it.
No, I don't get it. They were like, oh, the only white guy's like more than 70 years old. I'm like,
so?
Yeah, I know. But this is a thing. This has been the new reaction.
I do not understand anyone who says they can't relate to a character because they don't oh, there's no white people. How can I possibly relate to these characters? What the hell? I don't get it.
I know. I don't either. That was the prevailing reaction on Twitter that I saw, and I was like, I want to just mention that is utter lunacy.
That's stupid.
I think this is shaping up to be a reasonable cast.
Yeah.
If nothing, you can't argue that.
It's an interesting cast, sure.
You're watching it whether you like it or not.
Yeah. So they joined Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, and Nick Nolte, who have already been cast.
It's funny because you accuse me of if you don't like something, you go into it and you're not going to like it. Take out the word Star Wars, and everything about this show is playing into your personal wheelhouse.
What? How? In what way?
I mean, space bounty hunter. That kind of sound like that. Everything about the description of that.
When have I ever shown an interest in a bounty hunter?
I will find something. It'll come to me later. But just the idea of what it is, the lone gunslinger thing. You're interested in that?
Nah.
The list of directors was objectively interesting. This cast is objectively interesting. You'll just be like, but it's Star Wars.
You can't say something's objectively interesting.
I can.
You can. Interest by its nature is not objective.
Well, this one is. If this was any other show, you'd be going, "Oh, this is quite the cast. This is cool."
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know. I didn't name Pedro. That's just someone who's named Peter who can't admit it and has the Spanish version. I'm not happy about that. It offends my sensibilities. Thank you very much. I'm just doing a character with this show. I don't actually.
I know, but I
hate
just
it
want
as
to point
much as
out that you should be interested in everything this show has said, except it's Star Wars.
All right, next up, we have variety comedies, by the way. So what are the sitcoms? Bless This Mess has been picked up to series by ABC for a mid-season debut. It was an off-cycle pilot, one of a few. I think all the contracts, like the options, were about to run out, like for them to pick it up. So
Right.
they may have to make a call.
I assume we spoke about this one at some point.
At some point, I mean,
I don't remember the title.
I think I do from a while ago, but it's a newlywed couple. We have Lake Bell and Dax Shepard are the two leads, and they plan to ditch big city, living for a simple life in Nebraska that doesn't go as expected, and that's pretty much it.
I'll be honest, I don't remember that, but that's a pretty generic comedy description that I feel like we've heard a million times anyway.
It also stars Ed Begley Jr. and Pam Grier. So they're notable, actually.
Yeah.
Notable. And Dax Shepard's Mr. Kristen Bell, so...
Yeah.
Every time I remember that those two are married, I'm like, Kristen Bell's an actress who I've seen in quite a few things, who I like in quite a few things, and Dax Shepard looks like this just shitty comedy actor, and I'm like, him?
It's like, you can do better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm sure he's delightful off camera.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure he's delightful. Anyway, next up, Freeform has given out a series order to a comedy called Everything's Gonna Be Okay from creator, writer, and comedian Josh Thomas. There were 10 episodes of a half-hour series. Thomas also stars as Nicholas, a neurotic 25-year-old living at home with his single dad and his two teenage half-sisters, one of which has autism. He is not particularly helpful at raising his siblings, but when their dad becomes terminally ill, the girls have to cope with not only the devastating loss, but also the realization that Nicholas is the one who'll have to hold it all together. Shit, he's a legal guardian now. Crap, is the premise of this. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I wonder if the dad dying specifically based on his life, or if that's just a plot element.
I have no idea. I'm not familiar with the guy. I've never heard of him before now.
Nor me. But yeah. So next up, the producers of Stranger Things and the creator and director of The End of the Effing World are making a new show for Netflix. It's called I Am Not Okay With This. It's a coming-of-age tale about a girl with mysterious powers. 21 Laps are making it. The production company. It's based on a novel, a graphic novel, which means it's probably a comic book.
I was going to say, I've seen this recently.
Charles Forsman wrote this. So, in the novel, the main character, a regular suburban 15-year-old freshman called Sydney, has telekinetic powers that kick in at inopportune moments. She is also secretly in love with her best friend, Dinah.
Okay.
So, that's your premise. The End of the Effing World got a lot of good buzz, actually. People were asking us to cover it. We kind of missed the boat on it, but people did like it quite a bit. So maybe this is one that we can actually try and check out and see what the tone and the style of it's like.
Yeah, could be.
I imagine it'll have a bit of a style.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
Given the marketing that I've seen of the other show, and given it's based on a comic book, it feels like it's primed more for whatever. It's been ordered for 8 episodes for the record.
Okay, cool. I've definitely seen this book. I've just looked to look up the cover. I've definitely seen this in my store. I think it might have been actually been a graphic novel.
Oh,
I'm not sure. It might have been.
Hey, 99 times out of 100, when they say graphic novel, they're incorrect, and it was a comic book.
this is a Fantagraphics published book, so I think they typically do just straight to graphic novels.
All right, next up, Netflix have ordered a scripted drama series based on the life of Tejano music star Selena Quintanilla. The series is described as a coming-of-age story following Selena as her dreams come true and all the heart-wrenching and life-changing choices she and her family have to make as they navigate success, family, and music. Didn't really say family again.
Is that personal and professional lives?
It kind of is. Except
family and music.
Except in this case, it says like family's part of the professional life as well. Anyway, so Moises Zamora will serve as writer and executive producer on the series. Majority of the creative team who's behind this were actually behind a previous version that secured a pilot commitment at ABC back in January, but I think they've reworked it a little bit for whatever the Netflix version is going to be.
Right.
So it's been in development for a while. Netflix was... So that's the end of that story, sorry. I thought that was just the continuation of the same thing, because it was still Netflix.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Thoughts on this music biopic?
I don't know who this is, and I have no real interest personally. But
yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard of. I'll be honest. I've never even heard of Tejano music. I don't even know what that is as a genre.
not me either. I feel like we presumably spoke about this when it got a pilot commitment
Possibly
in January, because that sounds like the thing that we usually talk about.
I mean, the person's name and the genre of music sound like Spanish words. So
Yes.
but
I mean,
other than that, I don't know where to go on.
The thing is, put pilot commitment at ABC. You probably put that in the news.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever hearing that name before. So
maybe it slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, it could have done.
Maybe the last story didn't mention the genre of music.
Yeah, but it would have mentioned her name, surely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you're saying you would have remembered Selena Quintanilla?
Not necessarily. I'm saying I don't remember ever hearing that. I'm saying now that I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
It's worth pointing out that sometimes a show will get brought up that we've talked about like 4 times in the news, and you won't remember it, and you give me shit for remembering. So I don't think you would remember.
No, I'm saying that I'm not saying I would remember. I'm saying I said now I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Before someone goes back to like an episode in January and goes, look, there you go. Here's you hearing it.
Yes, Arrested Development narrator voice. He had.
Yeah.
Next up, Netflix has ordered its first ever African original series called Queen Sono. It's a drama about a secret agent who fights crime while dealing with a crisis in her personal life.
So into this.
Come on, they did the personal life thing. The series will launch globally in 2019, so first African original. Queen Sono stars veteran South African actress Pearl Thusi, who tweeted an emotional video on Monday saying she can't wait and for everyone to meet the character, and saying this is going to change the game for every artist on the continent. So, which, I mean, to be fair, I don't think I've ever seen a film or a TV show produced from Africa. Shot in Africa, sure.
Yeah.
Films go and shooting places all the time, but
South African.
This is unique.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think I have.
Do you know what's funny? I saw the title Queen Sono, and I thought it was going to be like a period piece about an actual queen.
Yeah, me too.
I wasn't really that interested, and I was like, no, it's a secret agent who fights crime. And I'm like, okay, all right.
I was like so into that, and then you said, "Oh, crisis in personal life, whatever it was." I went down a little bit.
It would always have that. You're literally just annoyed because they said it.
It's the way they phrased it so generically.
Yeah, because a secret agent fighting crime is not generic.
No, but that sounds fun.
You have no idea what the tone of this show is going to be.
I don't.
I think we give it a chance based on the fact
we definitely give it a chance. Unless the trailer looks atrocious.
Yes, but I'm curious. So, next up, Jean-Marc Vallée has lined up another project at HBO. He did both Sharp Objects and Big
Little Lies.
Big Little Lies. Yes. So he signed up for an all-limited series. It's called Gorilla and the Bird, which I do actually remember us talking about.
Yes, I do.
When it came up, when they were developing it. So yeah, they've ordered that for a limited series. It is described as an inspirational tale of a mother's unconditional love for her bipolar son, following Zach, the gorilla, as he fights to regain his sanity after a devastating psychotic break, turning to the only person who didn't give up on him, his mother, the bird. Once a highly successful public defender for the Legal Aid Society of New York, Zach's sudden illness takes him on a harrowing journey of delusions and antisocial behaviour, leading to his eventual arrest and commitment to the Bellevue Hospital. So, yeah. So it sounds like a drama that someone like Jean-Marc Vallée will probably excel in doing.
It does. And I will take a pass because I've tried both of those two shows and I've learned I just don't like the direction style. I don't think it's bad. I think there are choices that are clearly creative choices that I just don't like.
I might try it. I'll see, because I did Sharp Objects. I finished that on my own, and
yeah,
I mostly enjoyed it. So if people are wanting to see reviews of this when it hits, I could be convinced.
Speak up.
Speak up, yes. Next up, J.J. Abrams and Jennifer Garner are reuniting for a limited series called My Glory Was I Had Such Friends. It's
a mouthful.
It's an interesting title. A competitive situation, Apple is given a straight-to-series order. Yes, Apple.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's a one-hour limited drama series, and it's produced by Abrams and his Bad Robot Productions. This is not like a typical Bad Robot thing, though. This is like a serious book they're adapting. Based on the 2017 memoir of the same name by Amy Silverstein, the story showcases the power of friendship and resilience of the human spirit as it follows an extraordinary group of women who supported Silverstein as she waited for a second life-saving heart transplant. That is like so far removed from what I think of as Bad Robot.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, you know how for you they're like when something's whimsical, you're like, no, you're out.
Yes.
For me, the phrase, the power of friendship. That's one of those for me. It's like, yeah, I'm good.
Next up, Amy Poehler's Paper Kite Productions have become on board to option the rights to Rebecca Mackay's 2018 novel The Great Believers, which is set during the wide swath of the AIDS epidemic. Another light-hearted, jovial concept coming up here. With plans
this is still in the comedies, right?
Turn to TV. No.
I know. I'm kidding.
Very good, very good. The novel, published in June by Penguin Random House imprint Viking, is set in mid-1980s Chicago and 2015 Paris, using the AIDS epidemic and a mother's search for her estranged daughter to explore the effects and senseless loss and her efforts to overcome it. The arc, revolving around a group of mostly gay male friends, conveys the terrors and tragedies of the epidemic's early years and follows its repercussions over the decades. So, yeah, it's like a cheery, light-hearted romp.
Yep. No, I think it's shows like this that are such straight dramas. They're all just so quality dependent on style, direction, writing.
Yeah, and acting. All these things.
Yeah, like this here, the premise itself is not something that to me goes, oh, I need to watch this. Or but it doesn't put me off it either. It's like, okay, show me a trailer.
If it has the quality to make it pop, then I'll be into it because the quality is telling a great story.
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, the concept alone is not like a seller. Next up, the story of the murder of JFK's lover, American painter Mary Pinchot Meyer, is being developed by Warner Brothers, not has been developed by Warner Brothers.
I'll be honest. Already, this got less interesting when you said JFK's lover rather than just the JFK.
As a potential limited series, the project comes from Oscar-winning writer David Seidler, who wrote The King's Speech. So, based on Peter Janey's book, Mary's Mosaic, the drama murder mystery explores different theories about the killing of American painter Mary Pinchot Meyer, whilst also exploring her secret romantic relationship with President John F. Kennedy.
Okay. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, I guess if it's an unsolved murder mystery and there's a lot of conspiracy theories, then maybe you make an interesting thriller out of that.
Yeah, see, for these, I always find when they take these concepts, of an unsolved mystery, I always find a little bit the ending to be unsatisfying because they don't want to go, oh, this is what happened. So they always and for me, if I'm watching a murder mystery, I want there to be an outcome. There's some things that okay, fine, leave it open ended. Murder mysteries are one of those things where no, I like to see it get solved. That's part of the story.
I've seen it done well. I won't say what though, because it's a spoiler for the movie.
No. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm saying more often than not, I personally get more enjoyment out of the examples where it's no, here's the answer, and it's like and it comes together. For me, that's part of the genre that I like. But I mean, that's not to say this won't be good.
Next up, NBC have put in development a drama called Blacksmith, based on a graphic novel by Malik Evans and Richard Sparkman. And writer-director Jeff Wadlow is working on it, who's the director of Truth or Dare, for the record. Just to
oh boy,
put that in perspective.
Look away now.
Blacksmith is centered on Alex Malloy, known to the intelligence community for building high-tech weapons for US government agencies. When he discovers some of his files containing his weapons designs have fallen into the wrong hands, he sets off on a journey to recover the files before his weapons are used for harm. They're weapons. They're always used for harm.
Isn't this just Tony Stark's origin? kind of like, oh hey,
No,
bad
I mean,
guys are using my weapons too.
I get why you're saying that, but the surprising thing for me about this story was that I read comic book and I thought, okay, maybe it'll have like an interesting concept then, and then it sounded like a generic CBS show anyway.
Yeah,
And it's not even
on
CBS,
NBC.
it's NBC, but you know,
Oh,
it's
tell me we haven't got CBS this year, this episode. I don't think
this year.
I don't think I can face closing out the year
You'll find
with
out.
CBS.
You'll find out.
It's like,
But I will say, yeah, like it sounds like a really generic network TV show, despite the fact that it's based on something. So I have little to.
yeah, it doesn't even like because there's a lot of things that that's an interesting concept, but on network TV I can see the bastardized version.
Yeah. That just doesn't sound that interesting.
This just sounds like it's a network show.
Yeah. So next up, our last story.
Okay, is it CBS?
A drama show called The Last Spy.
Could still be CBS.
From Designated Survivor creator David Guggenheim.
Could still be any relation.
Is in development at NBC.
Yes.
The Last Spy is a high-octane, character-driven espionage drama in which the members of an elite group of deep-cover CIA units are killed after their real-life identities are exposed. In the aftermath, the only operative to escape the onslaught recruits her own team of former spies and assets to complete their missions, whilst also working to unravel the conspiracy behind their betrayal and her friends of the betrayal of her friends and colleagues. So somehow,
are you sure this isn't on CBS?
Somehow, even though this premise clearly is like, no, someone betrayed them and they have to figure it out, it still had made a point of saying, no, this is still going to mostly be procedural.
Yeah. Are you sure
Positive.
that this is NBC?
Positive.
Okay. That was CBS in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Ah, dear. Yeah, that was the last story.
Cool. See you next year.
We ain't quite done yet. We have to pick our favourite episode of the week, which is going to be cheating slightly because it's just Elseworlds as a whole, because it was really good.
Yeah, it was. And like I said, in the second Television of the Multiverse episode this week, if you insist on making me break it down to a single episode out of it, I end up coming down on Legends of Tomorrow. Just yeah, I want to mention how good that episode
Which wasn't
was.
part
Again.
of the crossover. We have to make this clear. Without the build up to that sounded kind of weird. Like you were saying,
That's
that
true.
was one of them.
Yeah, you're right. I just that episode was so good, and I want to make sure it gets recognition.
But hey, so that's our favourite episode of the week. So yeah,
Did we do anything else this week? Oh, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, that ain't winning. Not even close. So yeah, so we mentioned at the start that we have an idea for our end of year thing. Basically, our patrons at the $1 tier, or if you want to become a patron, go over to patreon.com/MailFuzzTV. You will get the opportunity to vote in a sort of bonus kind of version of our awards, basically. There'll be a form that goes up. Because we've not decided yet if it's going to be like the winners are announced in the show when we do ours, or if it'll be like a separate thing afterwards.
We'll figure it out soon.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go away and talk about this once we finish.
Yes, we'll talk about this. But there'll be a form that goes up where you can put in your 10 shows of the year, your new shows of the year, your favorite episodes, and the general kind of awards, like who you want to nominate. And then we will pick. We'll give the results on a video at some point. Whether that's in our awards, if they're all up for then, which they might not be, because I think we have to start recording them next week, so it's maybe a bit too close for that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do we'll have the Mild Fuzz from us awards, and then our Mild Fuzz community awards.
Yes, essentially. And then we'll do the same for the movies and stuff as well when we do those in February. But TV is happening imminently because it just is. So that's what we're gonna do. So if hopefully that sounds interesting, and you'll be up for doing that. So yeah, anyone at the $1 tier or up will obviously have the ability to do this, and you can vote on your favorite shows of the year. So there you go. So I mentioned Patreon, like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Get us on Twitters and all that. It's worth mentioning Travelers is back for season 3.
Oh yeah, it is.
We just recorded the first review of that. That'll be up before this goes up, and we'll be doing those consistently over the next couple of weeks.
We should probably talk about the next few weeks worth of content before we come back with news.
Sure.
Yeah, with because there's actually quite a few TV shows coming in the next few weeks.
You're looking at it. On you go.
Yeah. So obviously, Travelers just came. We have the Sabrina Winter Christmas special, which I believe will be coming very soon, if not already, depending on when this video goes up. Maybe tomorrow.
Why are you waiting for a response? Just
I thought you looked like you were thinking about it and going to give me a firm answer.
No, I'm thinking about you being an idiot, putting yourself in a corner where you don't have an answer.
Because I thought you'd know. God damn it! You're the one who puts the stuff up. This is your job.
No, it'll be after this. This will go up before the winter special of Sabrina goes up.
Well, there we go. You could have just said that.
No, you could have just not specified. Be vague.
Well, I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to be helpful for them. Yeah. Next week, then we will have Timeless is getting its finale wrap-up movie special.
Yes.
So we'll be covering that. Runaways is back, and we're looking at trying Diablero from Netflix.
Yes.
And then after that, New Year's Day, we'll have Doctor Who. Series of Unfortunate Events is back for its 3rd and final season. And of course, our Star Trek The Next Generation episodes will start going up publicly on New Year's Day.
Yes, Christmas for patrons, New Year's Day for everyone else.
And
so
I think that's everything before we come back with the news. Until they decide to throw something in last minute and ruin everything we've scheduled.
Yeah, like Black Mirror at the last second.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, so that's the roughly what you can expect over the next couple of weeks. Yes, Tidelands did go up in Netflix at the same day as Travelers, but we didn't have time. Mainly because Multiverse ended up in like 2 episodes instead of 1 episode this week. Because
blame Elseworlds.
We spent so long on Elseworlds that
and then Sabrina being the same. Like, if Sabrina wasn't tomorrow, we'd probably have done Tidelands tomorrow.
Yeah, but
you know.
Sabrina's more important because we're invested in that show already.
Yeah.
And Tidelands didn't look that good.
It did. It would have just been for the sake of doing it.
It's fine. And although speaking of mermaids, look forward to Christmas Day. That's all I'm saying. Look forward to Christmas Day. That's all I'm saying. So that is us. Let us know what you thought of the news in the comments below. This is the it's not the last thing we're doing for the year. Obviously, we're doing the awards. We'll be doing tons of reviews and stuff over the next couple of weeks. But this is the last news episode of the year. So for the next TV news, we'll see you early at the start of January, maybe the 2nd week of January. It'll either be a 2-week break or a 3-week break, depending on if there's enough news that first week back.
It is just dependent on them, not us.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see you then. So thank you very much. Have a nice Christmas, Happy New Year. Even though it's weird to say that because we're still going to be doing other things for the next 2 weeks. But
yeah, and it's still like ages away. It's
Yeah.
only the middle of December.
Yeah, but by the time we get to next Friday, when we'll be recording the next one, at that point it's not that far away to Christmas.
No, it's true.
So, hey, so that's all, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Keep watching TV. And by the way, don't think I'm forgetting to reference the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer before I wrap up.
Oh, you had forgotten. You just remembered in the second there.
No, I remember like halfway through I hadn't done it yet, and I was looking for an opportunity and it never popped up. So I just did it now.
So that'll do.
That is us. Thank you once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Keep watching TV shows. We'll see you next time. Have you got any vanilla?